Hi, this is Munir of Soft Solutions, and today I want to take you through the school management system which we usually provide. This is the initial interface upon logging in, and it has various functions very well explained, as you can see with the pop-ups below, offering different functions. We call each section here a module. So once you log in, this is what you'll find, and I'll just give a quick overview of what each entails and the functionality involved. So basically, before anything, there are two methods of navigation: through these modules here or through the top menu. The system is structural and is very easy to use. Basically, the start-off point is usually with admission of students, and I think I'll just take you through this. As you can see, now anytime you admit a student into school, you'd need to keep records of information about this student. So basically, this is the section where you fill in such information, and once you do that, you can always check the student details via student details module, where you can see if it's a present student, or you can even search for former students who were previously within the school. Back to the dashboard again. Next we have a module called users. This module basically adds admin users to the system, so any users added within this section will be of an administrator role. That means they have access to all this functionality within the system. People like teachers and other staff within the organization can be added within the human resources module, where we manage all employees. As you can see, we have an employee management section, and again it has an employee admission form. This can be auto-numbered as you fill in the details. The items marked with a red star on them are actually mandatory, and the information will not be saved unless these fields are filled. Then there's also an employee subject association. This is usually dependent upon the structure of the organization. If an organization needs this bit, they can use it to categorize their employees. Again, there's an employee search. Basically, all you need to do is enter the name or the ID, and then you can use basic filters to perform a search for a given employee. It also has a payslip module within it, so that you can automatically be able to manage payslips within the same system, and you don't have to look for an alternative system to do this for you. And then there's also the leave management. The leave management has various functionalities. As you can see, we can add leave types. Okay, adding leave types basically will determine which leaves are available for employees. For instance, we can have the sick days, and then you can give them a code and the maximum number of days that a person can have a leave. And then there's also the attendance register. This caters for how present someone has been, an employee particularly. For instance, the system admin, if there is any day he has not been around, it should show within the system. If all days he has been, it should show also. Next, you can also reset employee leaves, and lastly, you can generate an attendance report based on, for instance, the system administration department, and see the admin user has taken 0 days off. So basically, that's what it involves. And then We also have a news section. The news section basically is an area where you can add simple feeds that people can look into whenever they log into the system. As you can see here, this is a news item, and then when you click on it, it should give you the news that someone has posted. All users within the system must be able to post news technically, and the rest of the people, if it is a topic, can comment on it. This will enable discussion within the system also, in case there is any debate. And then we have a timetable module. This is more of a sorting of teachers. It enables you to do work allotment. Work allotment is basically how you assign teachers different subjects, for instance, and times. And then there is the creation of timetables, setting of class timings. This is very straightforward. There is the teacher timetable. This is basically for viewing the already set timetables. This section edits current timetables, and then this section creates new ones. And then if you want to view the timetable for a full day within the whole institution, let's say Skillsoft College, see all lessons within all classes, we could also do the same. And then we could also create weekdays. Next in line, we will cover another module, the attendance. This is also integrated into the one we saw previously was for the teachers. This is now for the students. So basically you can monitor for both. A batch is basically students, for instance, per course and stuff like that. So, and then we have the attendance report. Based on the course, you can also generate one. We have a settings section. The settings section determines now the course or batch, as we said previously when we were looking at the attendance. You can do it per course. A course is also called a batch, depending on how you categorize students. And then you can also have student categories, for instance, evening students and full-time students. You can also manage subjects. Also, you should have some general settings for students and the school itself. For instance, here we can see this is the Skillsoft College, this is our address, the school contact number, the time zone, the currency type, so that, for instance, when we're dealing with fees, we know which currency we are dealing with. And then this is the network state. The network state is basically the availability of this system as you see it. If you set it to offline, it will not be visible within the scope set. And then we also have addition details. So in case, for instance, you want to set a certain range for admission, you can do the same. There is an SMS module. However, it should be noted that this section only works when you integrate it with a bulk SMS system API that works with our system. We will detail all of this in the documentation as to which providers so far we have availability in terms of their bulk SMS API. Next we have the examinations section, and this basically deals with grading levels and ranks. Grading levels are like the A, B, C, D, E, and then the class designations. This is more for people who do more things like degrees, first class, second class. And then you can always create exams through this bit, and you create them for a specific course, so at least you can have records online of your exams. In case you do it in hard copy, you can still have soft copy versions online. And then you can generate student records and reports grouped by their exams and attendance, and then you can view them either via exam. These are all basically filters: student ranking per school, per attendance, per batch, and the batch, again, we insist, is the course. And then you can also have a combined report which has pretty much everything. Next we will cover the finance module, which I think is the most robust module of this bit. So basically in the finance module we have the major thing, which is the fees. The fees are basically what the students pay to attend a course, and this offers a variety of features. You can set collection dates for your fees. For instance, we are collecting fees only this week, so we can check who will submit within this date, and then we can also have a fees structure displayed for each student. So all you need to enter here is the student name or student ID. And then a fees submission is basically a submission of fees, for instance, per course. This is for mostly professional courses where they take them as per group. Or you can do a submission for a student. When a student pays, you can fill in the details and check. And then you can also have fees defaulters. This is basically the people who have delayed paying fees. So you can check once you have set your collection dates and your batches, which are the courses and groups of students. You can check for which ones are late and follow up accordingly. It also has transactions. The transactions are basically all other expenses and income within the organization, and this can be added simply by doing this, clicking on them. And as you can see, we have, for instance, an income here called Malipo, and then you fill in the information and amount. When you are done, you should be able to generate a report and see anything you have done for that day. By default, the system comes with 3 income and expenses accounts. This should be under this, the donation, the fee, and the salary. However, you can add any other category you wish, and it's simple. And when you're adding this other category, you simply give it a name. For instance, new income. This is income from agriculture. So basically, if you tick this, is this under income, this will be an income. However, if you fail to tick this, it will be treated as an expense. Now next we have the donations. In case the school receives donations, you can keep records of your donor and how much they give to the school and on which date they give this. And then you can also have automatic transactions. These are basically like the preset things in banks, like the standing orders and stuff. So basically you can have, for instance, the Malipo, which has a certain percentage that is allocated to it, and you give the description of what this involves. And then again here, this is the employee payslips, still similar to what we were seeing in the human resources module. It's actually the same link, but it is relevant in this point as it is also part of finance. And then there's the asset liability management. So basically you can manage your assets and liabilities within the system so that you know what the school has, what the school has lost, what the school owes, and what is owed to the school. This is very efficient. I believe it covers all items within a school's environment and finance capabilities. And then we also have a few various features. For instance, the calendar, which gives you a graphical view of how the school plans things. So basically when we add, for instance, the examinations within the examinations module, as we saw earlier, and just a recap, this is the examinations module. When you do create new exams, you will be able to assign them based on the course a new date, a start date and an end date basically. And when you do that, the calendar will automatically populate itself. This gives you like a brief summary of what is going on within the system. However, other events like holidays can be added directly into the system. As you can see, we have a simple holiday here, Kenyatta Day. All you need to do is double click on a date, and you should be able to add an event. So basically you click and then you'll see an add button. When you click on the add button, you give the date, the start date and the end date for the holiday, and then you can also state whether the event is common to all people or it's not. If it is a holiday, you take it as a holiday. If it is not a holiday, then you simply leave it as is and it will be treated as a regular event. And then the dues is basically going to be dates as to when fees should be paid. These ones are automatically added to the calendar once you fill in the fields in the relevant modules. Same for examinations. Holidays are what are added here, and events. And then the users, as we said, is a module to manage only admin users, which should be quite easy. As you can see, the system is quite an easy walkthrough, and you can talk to us on info@skillsoft.com in case of any further queries. Documentation is usually provided within when this system is given. It's accessible via the web browser. As you can see right now, it's on Google Chrome, and this can be good if the organization needs to deploy a server-based architecture, server-client architecture, such that the system is only hosted in one place, while guys within the organization can access it from anywhere within the organization over the LAN or VPN. Thank you.